Welcome back to the Locals Last Call. It's the first home game in a while, and San Diego have just finished a hard-fought point at home against Sacramento. Max, what'd you make of the game?
I'll be honest, even though it's a draw, I would say that's probably our best performance so far this season, honestly. I mean, first half definitely, obviously, we got 1-0 down at half-time, wasn't great, but we looked great going forward. I mean, Sacramento looked good on the counter-attack, but other than that, honestly, we looked pretty solid. In general, I know we kind of spoke about the kind of our defensive issues here and there, but apart from that, honestly, I'm pretty happy with that. Well, how about yourself?
Yeah, we got burned once in the first half for a goal. Our defense got caught a little bit spread out, but that happens when you are trying to play on the front foot like we did. But yeah, even though we didn't score in the first half, I thought that was maybe our best first half performance of the season. We were on the front foot, creating chances, even if we didn't finish them. So yeah, draw, maybe we could have done better, but I'll take it at the end of the day. Any players stand out for you?
For me, Toomey, honestly. Toomey fitted great in the midfield, honestly. I think Toomey's role tonight was almost similar to Guido's role last season as far as kind of more of a box-to-box midfielder. I know that Toomey's been more of a winger in years gone by, but I think tonight, again, he kind of, I guess that kind of Guido role, he kind of fit in very well. His work rate was great in the midfield. And to be honest, I know we've kind of spoken about Toomey this season as far as not being kind of a stand-up performer. But to be honest, I thought Toomey was great, and I think he put kind of a foot wrong, honestly. How about yourself?
Yeah, Toomey had a great game. I was surprised to see him come off when he did. But for me, shout out to Ronaldo Damas. I know he came off, I don't know, about the 75th minute or so, but even though he scored the penalty, which was cleanly finished, I thought he was providing a really constant threat all game, and people were trying to find him, which was new for us. I felt like there were multiple attempts to find him in transition, which was good to see. But beyond that, Blake Balake Bodilly had a great game. I thought he was involved. He came narrow sometimes, created some good passes. But all around, I thought this was one of the better team performances this season.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I know come the end as well, it almost looked like a back four, honestly, as well. Like Adrian Perez kind of dropped into that kind of more like a attacking midfield role in there as well. And I like the fact that Nate changed up a little bit. Definitely, I think we could have won come the end. Obviously, Russ Cicerone missed a pretty much an open goal come the end, so I'm pretty glad he missed that after kind of the fact he's had a great season so far. But to be honest, I think we were the better team on the night, and the fact that, I mean, Sacramento have scored the most goals in the league, conceded the least before tonight, were the clear kind of favourites of the league before the game. The fact we kind of come out with a 1-1 result and dominated them come to the end is a good kind of clear indicator for the rest of the season. Although my question is that why can't we play like this every single game? So it's a tough one there.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Is every now and then we'll see these great performances, and then we don't maintain them. But I thought this was good, building off the second half in San Antonio. We were all over Sacramento this game, other than the goal they scored and the second half miss from Cicerone that you referred to. I don't really think they created many great chances in this game, whereas Loyal did create a lot of good chances. Some of them were shots from top of the box, but overall I felt really good about this offensive performance. Coming into this stretch of 3 games, the San Antonio, Sacramento, San Antonio stretch, we both said 2 points from those 3 games would be a good return, and we're 2 games into those 3, and we've got those 2 points already. So are you feeling like this has been a good couple of performances from Loyal?
I would say so, and if you remember correctly, you guessed 4 points from these 3 games. So
that was my optimistic stretch.
I'll correct you there, but I think 2 draws so far. I'm confident going into that home game versus Sacramento. Obviously, Sacramento had a great game versus us. With the obviously the unfortunate red card for them, kind of allowed us to get back into the game. But I think playing in front of our home crowd, we should kind of be confident going into that game. I will say that, again, Sacramento versus us is a very good matchup as far as how the teams play. I know we spoke beforehand as far as how they would line up beforehand in the game. They basically led with the front 2 instead of front 3, which I was surprised about. I know they brought on Keko in the second half, but also I think that the fact they were more of like a 5-3-2 in the first half is more so a case of they expect us to kind of attack more. But I'm happy with that. I think San Antonio in the midweek will be a tough one, no doubt. But definitely, I don't think that we'll be too kind of scared with the home crowd behind us. Although, again, it's always a tough one for San Antonio as far as like how physical they play, and they're very kind of I would say route one as far as kind of build up goes. But I mean, we'll see kind of midweek how it goes, honestly. But how are you feeling going into that game midweek?
I'm feeling better than I expected to, if I'm totally honest with you. We've gotten 2 points from San Antonio on the road, Sacramento at home. Realistically, we maybe could have taken 3 from each of those games, if we're being really idealistic. But yeah, San Antonio plays tomorrow. We've just played tonight. We'll have 1 more day's rest, and they'll be traveling. Playing a team like that is never a sure thing, but if ever we were going to be playing them, I feel like this Wednesday is a good opportunity to maybe take some points. So if we want to be top of the West, we got to beat teams like Sacramento, San Antonio, El Paso, these teams that are going to finish in the top 4. So I'm really looking forward to Wednesday. I think it's going to be a great test for Loyal. We'll have Nick Moon coming back. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously with Nick Moon out tonight, I think we've spoken about beforehand as far as he being our best player so far this season. With that, obviously, I'd say it was a big miss, but I think obviously Perez and Bodley played well in their kind of wing-back positions. Stoneman's retrospective red card has been overturned as well, so obviously came off the bench tonight, will be available for the next game. So I was kind of curious as to why he didn't start this game. Although I thought kind of the back 3 played very well. Riley again, but kind of good in the back 3 as well. So I'm optimistic about the game against San Antonio. I still think, no doubt, they'll kind of pose a very big threat to us. But the fact is, again, we kind of drew 1-1 with the team who scored the most goals in the whole league. You see the least amount of goals in the whole league. And as far as the matchup goes, I think we kind of very fairly kind of matched up in the end. So you can't really come out of that, can you?
No, not at all. And I think, even though we're at home, a point against the best team in the league, like you said, most goals scored, least goals conceded, Sacramento, you'll take that. And especially this performance, I really think it's fair to say we dominated most of that game. I'll take it. And I look forward, for the first time this season, I'm really looking forward to our next game. I think we'll have a good shot against San Antonio here at home on the quick turnaround for them. And I also wanted to give a quick shout out to our good friend of the show, Bums Breakdown, John Morrissey. Did, for the first time this season, correctly predict the outcome of the game. He did say 1-1 for the Sacramento San Diego game. So he managed to, despite being on the show once, beat Max and I to a correct prediction.
Yeah, we spoke beforehand as far as obviously this is our 14th game this season. The only time we get a guest on, guess it correctly. So I guess we might have to get some guests on in the near future. But again, overall, I think we did well. And honestly, I'm happy with the 1-1 result come the end as far as kind of how things go. And lastly, for me, I want to give a shout out to Guido as well. I think Guido played very well tonight. I will say they've kind of been harsh on him, I guess, throughout the season. But I think we're slowly beginning to see the real Guido come the end. But I mean, it seems weird to be happy with the result 1-1 after kind of how angry we've been at maybe some results throughout the season. But I'm sleeping well tonight.
I think that's just indicative of the fact that we're not hung up on the results necessarily. We are watching the game both as fans, but as people who have experience playing the game and watching the game. It's not just about the result. We want to be entertained. We want to feel like the team is fighting the way we would. And tonight I felt that way. I'm not disappointed with the result at all. So I'm optimistic going forward. We definitely still have room to improve, but I think that Loyal might be finally finding their footing this season.
I do hope so, and I know obviously we've kind of, right now we're sitting kind of 4th in the conference. We're not doing badly, but necessarily, to be honest, I think the performances this season haven't been great, which may kind of seem, most people are happy with kind of sitting 4th, but I think the performances honestly haven't been amazing so far. But right now, I think hopefully we're hitting the right stride, and kind of moving forward. I think we are kind of moving in the right direction.
Yeah, I would agree. It's all up from here. I look forward to seeing what this team can do. But for us here at Torero Stadium, everybody's closing down. This is the Locals' last call. We will see you Wednesday on a quick turnaround. We'll have an episode of Bums Breakdown. We're on a tight schedule here, so we'll do what we can do. But keep your eyes out for that. We'll have the Loyal Locals podcast and the Locals Only Lounge on Tuesday. We hope to have Bumps Breakdown, I don't know, Monday maybe. We'll see what happens. Again, it's a short week. But keep your eyes out for that, and also another Kicking It with the Locals coming next week. But for us here at Toreo Stadium, this has been the Locals Last Call. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time.